Tabletop Spotlight, brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry from Bell Lost Souls with
Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And we're back with another Tabletop Spotlight. Evan,
Yes.
I thought Orcs Must Die was a video game.
It is, but it's also a board game now. So here it is, the Orcs Must Die board game,
Nice.
Order Edition. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah,
Okay.
it's basically just a tabletop version of the video game. So it's,
Sweet.
if anyone's played the video game, you should be very familiar with it.
I have.
If you're not, it's basically you're defending a little area from orcs who are attacking.
It's like a tower defense game
Yeah.
meets a first-person shooter with waves of orcs and different types of orcs, and you're playing as a hero, but you're shooting them, but you're also building traps and stuff.
Basically, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I spent some time playing that game. Well, I'm excited to take a look inside the board game, so let's do it. All right, so we have the Orcs Must Die, the board game.
Order Edition.
Order Edition. Is there another, maybe?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. All right, so this is from Robot Entertainment, PG. Do you want to
flip it over?
The honors?
Yeah. No,
it looks pretty hefty. I don't want to hurt myself.
So yeah, no, it shows you everything it comes with. It comes with dice, cards, all that good stuff, and minis too.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Of course you need minis.
Actual size.
You're right. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good size.
And it's, I mean, it looks like it comes with a lot because like I have small hands, but it's pretty wide. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just crack it open.
Let's do it. All right, I'm
You're gonna have to hold the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Get that going there.
All right.
It's easiest to attack from all sides. There you go.
Bam,
all right.
there we go.
Hey, what is that thing?
Okay, so this is like a picture that shows you how the minis go back in. That's convenient.
That's pretty handy.
That's very nice. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. We've got the rule book.
Full color. We'll take a look at that in a second.
Nice. We've got maps. Oh. Okay, yeah. These are different tile
Free
layouts.
maps. Okay.
Okay, you got your beginner, moderate. Okay, hard.
Oh, that's convenient. Yeah.
Okay, and then it also looks like maybe what else we got in
I
here?
can imagine you can make your own maps, right?
Oh
so
yeah,
that's what those are. Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
if you want to keep track, okay, that's cool. We won't probably flip through this again just because we don't want to give all the maps
Right.
away.
It's
We don't want those orcs
layouts,
to see.
basically. Yeah. All the orcs to see our battle plans. Yeah.
Right. Oh, this is one of the heroes.
There's the hero cards. So this is Maximilian.
Yep.
Each of guy has an ability, rivalry, and an ultimate. I think the ultimate you can only use once, but I'm not too sure about that.
And it's got just a regular.
It's not
bag.
double-sided. Yeah, it's just a regular bag.
It's probably its hit points down to dead.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Got
Move.
Ivy. Oops, sorry.
Yep.
Cygnus. Gabriella.
And then
that's it.
what are these two sheets? We've got these look like the enemy stats, so you can see.
Yeah, crossbow archer. Yeah, kobold.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Those are the enemy stats.
Sword, brain, speed, stun, wild. Yep.
Traps, items, stuff like that. So it's the rift display.
It's kind of like the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So, all right.
There you go.
That's cool.
Punch outs.
Gotta have punch outs.
A lot of skulls and a lot of
Wilds.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, and then there's the minis.
Nice.
It's pretty good minis.
Pretty good. Let's see if we can pull this out.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just a real simple mini layout. We'll come back to these in a second.
Would you look at that?
Hey. Oh,
It's
there's
very
even more
organized.
minis. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so there's a ton more minis
In there.
which we'll open up here in a second. Wow. Okay, there's some big ones in there, and then a couple more heroes.
Heroes right here.
Looks like Cygnus and Maximilian.
So you can get a close-up look at them.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
And not bad at all.
Pretty cool. And we'll take a look at these in a second. Let's keep going.
I got the dice. Comes with a good solid amount.
Yeah, it's the brick of dice there.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
And we've got some decks. Okay, we've got probably
weapons.
the hero decks.
Yeah.
So there's the Arbalist and Ivy's Blessed Bow, as you can see there. So those are hero weapons. This looks like reference cards and armories. Okay, so I'm not quite sure. We've got some extra items, some trinkets.
Interesting.
Some
Okay.
gear deck probably. And traps, poison needle. This is a trap card. You've
All right.
activated the trap card. All right.
These are. Oh, those are the tiles.
Okay, these are gonna be hard to get out. This pops out.
Yeah.
Haha.
Very well organized. The box.
It is. It is really well done. Okay.
Oh, they're
is
nice cardboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You wanna? Can we open these up? You wanna open them up?
Why not?
See what happens when we dive in here. I'm gonna move this
Spoil
around.
ourselves.
Got a little bit, so just move these over. I'm gonna while you're opening that, I'm gonna take some of these minis out. You can take a look at those.
Yeah,
too.
let's see that.
Let's take a look at some of these tiles real fast.
All right, so yeah, they're nice cardboard, pretty thick, not very bendable, so that's good.
Yeah, sturdy.
Good acid bath, so that's one of the traps.
Yeah. Caltrips. Yep.
Yeah. Crossroads.
I got an idea.
Oh, you know, you got Crossroads, gas chamber.
And it looks like each one of these rooms has special rules.
Yeah.
And then also this one, for instance, Crossroads. Remaining monsters go this way. One monster team choice goes this way. One goes this way. So this is kind of an interesting, like the rooms
you
are
can
connected.
split up the army.
Yeah. I think it has like an arrow.
Where the direction.
Yeah. So it probably would go like that, and then the monsters would have to choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Or the players. Yeah. The
It's just like a
lava lake.
That's nice.
Ooh, kill one enemy. So, okay, pretty cool stuff. Teleporter, and then again, it just keeps going. There's just a bunch of them, a bunch of different ones, which is why they probably have all those map rooms for you.
Which is nice. It's very cool.
Windows one. Get it?
Windows.
All right. So some of these monsters. Let's take a look at these real quick. Dump these out. So these are some of the big boys here, like ogres and trolls and whatnot. Some of the kobolds, some of the bigger orcs, the brutes and stuff. They're really well done. Like this is a hard plastic. No, it's not a hard plastic. It's like a PVC material.
Yeah.
Which is good because they're not like super bendy.
No.
Like they can bend. There's some give to them. You can drop them probably.
Yeah, but if you drop it, they shouldn't break.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the tails, the little spindly bits aren't gonna like snap off just from playing with them. So, but yeah, that's good. I like that. That's a nice touch.
They're very nice. They're very nice.
And the sculpts on them. This is very strike-like ogre.
Yeah.
It's green too, so you know.
It's not hard to tell what's
No
what.
donkeys involved. And then this must be like a troll-looking dude. I like the sculpts on them though.
Yeah, it's not bad
They
at
have
all.
a good look to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we showed off two of the heroes. Let's do these two real quick. I guess this
The ladies.
is Gabriella and Ivy. I believe Ivy's this one.
Yeah, Ivy's the bow one. Yeah.
Yep. And then again, you can see they have a hex base.
Hex space, yeah. Whereas all the enemies have
Round bases, yep.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And then of course there's all of these other monsters we've kind of seen. Different sculpts, I guess, for the kind of brute orcs and different kobolds and stuff.
Well, he's like a special character right
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Crossbow
again, just
guys.
when you're putting it away, they just pop right back into place.
Yeah.
So easy
formed
easy
for
cleanup.
them. Yeah.
Easy cleanup.
It's nice.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and pause real quick and we'll take a look at the rules. Here's the Orcs Must Die, the board game rulebook.
Rulebook, yeah.
And flipping through here, the rulebook is pretty thick, but there's a reason for that.
Yes.
It's because there's multiple game modes in this game, and this explains pretty much everything you need to know.
That's very cool.
So
it's also nice because like it's not like stapled. It's actually bound, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Really well done, yeah. It's full color all the way through. The cool thing about this game is there are actually two games. There's the Orcs Must Die Order Edition, which are the Order heroes, and then there's also the Orcs Must Die Unchained Edition, which is when you play as maybe not quite heroes.
Right. Yeah.
But you play as these guys here, which is we don't have,
cool.
but this is really cool. And then they also come with their own version of the kind of same
Right.
kind of
But you have to get a
monsters.
separate box for
It's
these.
a separate box,
Yes,
completely
yeah.
separate box.
But
this
this
rule
rulebook-
book is the same for both boxes.
Yeah.
On
okay.
top of that, there's also, later on we'll get to this, there's a game mode where you can actually pair both games up against each other and have like a team versus team game.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. So flipping through the game, it's really simple. You set up your map, your rift display and all that stuff, and then you play a game. A typical game is 3 levels.
Okay.
So you play a co-op game of 3 levels. Levels are based off of those little decks we saw with the armies decks. You set those up, and then when you flip a card, it spawns some minions. The minions move through the level. The heroes can attack the minions. They can get attacked by the minions. And the level traps activate, and you just kind of go from there.
Interesting.
The game it's very cyclical. You play a couple rounds, you'll be a pro in no time. But this is all just the game setup and stuff like that. But again, how to play. This is the basics turn structure. Hero upgrade phase. The heroes are going to upgrade their stuff. There's the minion phase where the minions come in. They have a little bit longer section there too. Then the hero action phase and the upkeep phase. It's just cycles. You do that. I think in total you're going to do that 12 times or actually it's based on the army decks too. But,
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
You're just going to be fighting off waves of bad guys. So the purchase gear step, this is the kind of setup phase. You're gonna get all your traps, and this just explains how all the traps work. We don't need to get into
We
all
don't need
that.
any great details. Yeah.
This is the minion phase I talked about. It's a little bit longer setup, a little bit longer section. This just talks about how they move and
Now,
how
they
the
move
minions
towards the
interact.
rift, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So the whole point of this is that there's one rift tile that the heroes are trying to protect against the minions. If the minions get there, they do damage to the rift, and they do amount of damage based on the type of monster they are.
Okay, so you're just trying to like stop them from getting
right.
Okay.
The lesser minions are only 1 point of damage. They go up to 2 or 3 or 4 points, depending. It goes up from there.
What the kind of
and also the difficulty of the game you're playing.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So it all kind of scales, even though the mechanics stay relatively the same. So monsters come in, they move, new monsters come in, and you always move the closest enemy to the rift first, so that there's never like an overlap. So you just move them first. Again, this is just kind of the upgrade. Again, this is also for both games, so it lists some monsters that for the Unchained Edition only, or in Order Edition, stuff like that. So, yeah, monsters in a rift, that's how much damage they do. There's also boss monsters, which
awesome.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, again, the players are working together. Players can also attack monsters. If you remember, let's pull this off real quick. Like, here's Maximilian's card. His base weapon, he's got a crossbow. Does 1 die of damage.
Right.
That's where you start with. And you can upgrade all this stuff as you go on. As the minions move, if they're not in the rift and there's a hero in the square, they attack the hero instead, which is why the heroes have damage markers as well.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. It does remind me a lot of the video game.
Yeah.
So which is good. And then of course the trap tiles are going to activate and
do damage
and stun stuff. Yeah. So that's pretty cool too. And it's just how to read the dice key. There's a lot of rule pages, but you see the typeface. There's a lot of white space too.
And it's not complicated too.
No,
it's intricate. It's making sure you know all the rules and there's no questions about them.
Right, and that's really what it's all. The breakdown is really well done.
Yeah.
I think there's also it goes on to upgrade your gear and all that, how that all works.
Right.
There's also the concept of the skulls. If you remember from the punch outs, all these different skulls.
These are like coins?
These are kind of like coins.
You
can earn them. You can spend them for later. You spend them on your gear upgrades.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So like every time you kill a dude, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah. So and then certain number, like depending on how many players you are, can also alter the price of stuff so that because there's going to be more enemies. And just to keep the difficulty kind of scaling up. But it's really cool. If you've played the video game, you're going to recognize a lot of these mechanics. If you've never played the video game and coming in fresh, that's okay too, because the game is simple enough. It's not going to matter that much. The other cool part, this is what we talked about earlier, the rivalry mode. This is where you can combine both sets, the Order Edition and the Unchained Edition, into one big game.
That's awesome.
And then basically you keep going with the endless levels. And you go until somebody's rift is dead.
Yeah.
And somebody's rift will die, because that's how this game works.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep coming at you. So, but yeah, it's cool. And they have a big FAQ section here too that will clear up a lot of your issues and questions.
Okay.
So glossary.
It's good.
And then a real quick breakdown, sequence of play on the back, which is always super handy.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, not too complicated.
It's really not that bad.
It looks bad, but it's really not that bad. Yeah.
It's very colorful, very easy to find your stuff. Again, table of contents we saw at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Pretty well laid out. It's got the quick reference in the back, and then all the glossary stuff, all the appendix stuff that you would kind of find typically.
Right.
Don't be intimidated by the rulebook size. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not bad at all.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Again, the game is very cyclical, so you're going to get the hang of it pretty quick after playing a couple rounds.
Sure.
Like if you do this sequence of play 2 or 3 times,
you're
set.
Yeah.
And then you can move on from there. So
cool.
It's nice because it kind of teaches you as you go.
Yeah.
And it's laid out easy enough to follow. So yeah, pretty cool game. Yeah, I didn't realize there was going to be 2 editions though.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I'm pretty pumped. Cool. Let's hop out for a recap. So that was Orcs Must Die, the board game, Order Edition. Very cool, very much like the video game.
And we found out why it's Order Edition. There's 2 editions.
There's 2 editions.
Yes.
Unchained. So let's talk numbers real quick.
Yes.
This one in particular is how many players?
I think it's 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
Which
you
is
can
cool.
play solo. Yeah.
Solo, yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Style. Yeah.
Yep. You can play solo.
Nice.
It's what, like 90 minutes?
Yeah, I would say 90 minutes. And the recommended age is 14 up. It's not a violent game per se, but like
I mean, you're killing orcs.
Yeah.
So it's fantasy violence.
Orcs, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not complicated either, so it's good.
I think it'd be fun for game night. And again, if you have another set of friends or more friends with the other edition, you can combine them both and have a big team fight. So I have a feeling you could probably combine this with another order set too. And
probably
do
big
rivalry game.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, anyway, Go check it out. Is this a new one or is
Yes, $99 in stores now. $99 is pretty good for all the movies you get,
tons
stuff
of
like
stuff.
that. So
So $99 in stores right now. Go check it out. I'm AdamHarry from Bella Soul.
I'm Evan from Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy.
And this has been another Tabletop Spotlight. Thanks again for watching.
Tabletop Spotlight brought to you by Dragon's Lair Comics and Fantasy. Thanks for watching.